Hi there, I'm Sue Resig, and I actually have another Gerson recipe. It's been a very long time since I've offered Gerson recipes just because I kind of ran out of Gerson ideas. However, I made these potatoes for myself today and realized it was something I could share with you. The picture that you saw at the beginning, what was left of the potatoes I made this morning, and I'm getting ready to make some more to show you how to do it. I took two whole, already boiled potatoes. These potatoes were boiled yesterday and in my refrigerator. They were good sized potatoes, at least a 4 or 5 ounce potato. And I've cut them into wedges like that. They're very easy to cut when they're left over and cooked. Let me see if I can get you lined up with my stove. There we go. And I've just put them on a hot burner right now. Now what I'm going to do is just add a sprinkling of each of these herbs. Now this is some dried thyme, and I use organic. In Gerson, everything has to be organic. So just a sprinkling. You'll see how it's just a sprinkle over everything. Sprinkling of thyme. And let me get the water in there. Half cup of water. There we go. And it doesn't cover the potatoes. It's only going to come part way up, okay? So we'll get that water in there going. We're going to put a sprinkling of rosemary. Oops, that was a big sprinkle. Sometimes it comes out faster than others. Garlic powder. Take it a little easy with that. There, sprinkling of garlic. I just make sure everything's covered. And it's good that this is coming to a boil. I want it to come to a boil because what we're actually going to do is simmer away the water until it disappears. And what it does is it ends up putting in, because of the herbs that are in there, it ends up putting an herbal glaze over all the potatoes because the herbs are cooking and a little bit of the potato starch is going into the water as it cooks. And as it simmers away, it gets thicker and it kind of concentrates the flavor of the herbs with the water. You could use Hippocrates soup if you wanted. I don't have any on hand right at the moment, so I could have used that. Or you could just use the water and herbs. It works either way. And I'm putting a sprinkling of marjoram in here. I think it's marjoram. Yeah, it is. I have a different marjoram. I guess I grabbed a different container this morning. And then a sprinkling of dried minced onion. This is actually like little chunks of onion. If you don't have a dried minced onion, you can use onion powder, or you can use a little fresh chopped onion and toss that in there with it. Either way would work fine. I'm using the dried chopped onion. A nice sprinkling in there over that. So I will bring the camera over so you can see what it looks like. And it's just boiling away with the lid off. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It doesn't have to be on high. And it'll take just a few minutes. Usually takes about 5 minutes, okay? So I have no way to stop the computer because we're doing this live and then come back and show you the finished product. So we'll just talk for a minute while these potatoes finish up, okay? And yeah, haven't done anything Gerson in a while. So I'm still eating very well. I eat a whole food plant-based diet now. Let me see, it's been 4 years since I finished Gerson. And I drink herbal teas, I drink water. I make Hippocrates soup about once every 2 weeks. So I don't have it all the time. I eat lots of fruit. I typically have fruit for breakfast, and then I have plenty of starches and vegetables for lunch, and then I'll have starches and vegetables for dinner. Actually, it doesn't look, it is different than Gerson, but there's more variety. But in terms of the foods, it's still fruits and vegetables and potatoes. Once in a while, I'll have pasta. That's not a common thing for me because that's more processed. What else I'll have some rice or millet or quinoa. And I do have beans. In Gerson, they don't do beans. And I'm having some beans in my diet now as well. So, and all is well. And I try to get some raw greens every day. I try to get at least 8 ounces of raw greens. It doesn't always happen. I'll get at least 4 ounces in, but my goal is to have 8 ounces of greens. And that's how I'm maintaining right now. So it's been good for me. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I know there's a couple people out there right now. Maybe you're just waiting to see how these potatoes turn out, which is fine. How's that doing? Oh, it's coming. Say another minute or two. The potatoes, I made a bunch of them this morning, and I ended up eating most of them for breakfast. I ended up, and I also do intermittent fasting now, which I didn't do before. And I only do 16/8, whereas, and I don't do it every day. I just do it a couple times a week where I won't eat anything after dinner until lunch, until 11 o'clock the next day. And then I'll break my fast at 11 o'clock. And that's what I did today. Oh, somebody's out there. Hi there. I'm saying, enjoying your kind company. Well, that's nice. Wish I had a joke for you. We all could use a laugh. Let's see. Got any funny stories to share? Oh, I know. I'll show you a project I just finished. Oh, there's Shanti. Hi. No, I've never heard of Jersey potatoes. Is that a dish or a kind of potato? I haven't heard of that. But this is all that's left of about 4 potatoes. I was enjoying those potatoes. Oh, you can see how the herbs are sprinkled on them. And I don't know, you probably can't tell. They have a nice, they're like shiny. That's the glaze that's on there. Makes them very tasty. I went on a quilt retreat this weekend, and I realized that I also do the videos every day for Bible study, and I just totally forgot to do it yesterday. It just, between the travel and everything else. Yeah, but here you can see a picture of the quilt that I made this weekend. I don't know if you can see that. But you can see, you can't see the whole thing. Let me tip you down just a little bit. There we go. I love it because it's so bright and cheerful. It matches my outfit. Okay, Jersey potatoes. Well, Shanti, you'd have to tell me more about them. It's a kind of potato. Okay, if you can get them organic, they'd be fine. If you can get them organic, they'd be fine. Yes, I've had them. They're a lot like the Japanese white sweet potatoes. They're a kind of white sweet potato. And so, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Okay, it looks like these potatoes are just about done. There's there's just a teeny tiny bit of water in there. It's starting to make bubbles now near the bottom, and that's because of the starch that's in the potatoes that's thickening the broth. So, am I still juicing? No, I'm not juicing anymore. No, because if I do juicing, not that there's anything wrong with juicing. Juicing's good, but I hate to say it, it's a lot of work. I've on occasion, I thought, oh, juice would sound really good. Like last week, I bought all these lettuces, and I got home, and I'm like, what was I thinking? I'm not juicing. It sounded really good when I was at the store, but when I get home, it's like, it seems like so much work. I can't believe I ever did Gerson. It is so much work, but it's doable. And when you're desperate enough, you'll do it. Okay, the potatoes are done. I'm going to put them in a bowl and let you watch. All right, I want you to see how they come out. Turn off my burner. There's our bowl. Here's our potato. There we go. Get them loosened up a little bit here. I don't know. You can't. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision here. They smell awesome. They have all those herbs on there. There we go. There we go. Now you can see. Nice and herby. And because they were already boiled, but on the firmish side, they were chilled, so they were firm. Now that they've been simmered with this, they're melt in your mouth. They're not mushy, because I think the chilling does something to firm them up. They're not mushy, but they're just tender and they're moist and they're really good. So it's not the same. Let's see what people are saying. Am I still juicing? No. Mililani says, good morning, Sue. And oh, hi, Mililani. So there's a piece of potato. And it's really hot. You can't see the steam. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Delicious. Delicious. And when I make these for Chris and me, I do put a little pepper on and I do put a little salt on, but I am not Gerson. If you are Gerson, no pepper, no salt. But it's still delicious with all these herbs. And these are going to be Chris's potatoes for dinner because I had my allotment of potatoes for the day earlier today. I'll just mix these other potatoes in with them. And that will be his taters for dinner. He'll enjoy that. Okay, and and Milanani says beautiful quilt. Thank you, I appreciate that. And what herbs do I use? I've put the recipe below the video, so it should be there when this comes up. Okay, it was 5 different herbs: rosemary, garlic powder, thyme, marjoram, and minced dried onion. And you just do a sprinkling over, enough so that you could see it over everything. And a half cup of water, and you just simmer it with the lid off until the water disappears. Um, oh, and SK says, wow, you do cooking too. I usually just join the Bible readings. How exciting. SK, Sarah, I think it's Sarah. I got started doing recipes. That's how I got started 6 years ago. I was doing recipes for Gerson. That is for people healing cancer or disease using food. So it's following the Gerson therapy. So there's a whole bunch of different recipes if you go way back in my videos showing the recipes for Gerson. So that's actually how I got started. And I had been doing those for a while until one day God tapped me on the shoulder and he said, I want you to share your faith. And I was really chicken about doing it. I just didn't know. I didn't know how. I didn't know what. I didn't. And I don't know what I was afraid of, but I was afraid. And I did finally start sharing. I shared my original testimony of how God really got a hold of me. And the rest is history. It's just I started doing occasional videos for Faith Journey. And then it was last year, December 1st of last year. No, over a year ago. So this is 22, 21, 20. December of 20 that I started doing daily Bible readings, and I've been doing that ever since. So I should scoot now. I should get off. Actually, I have to get off. I have a chiropractor's appointment at 3:30, and it's 3:15, and I need to scoot. And when I come back, I'm going to do my Bible study for today. My eyes are dry. Sorry. A little dry. So, all right. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. I might be a little late for 4:30. Might be more like 4:45. Just by the time I get back. All right. Well, enjoy those potatoes. Bye-bye.